Warren Buffett would analyze things is he would always think that uh, after a few years, after all of this, I guess uncertainty is out. Will this company be there? Will it still have revenues? Does it have a does it change its mode? And if there's a principle by Warren Buffett, he always talks about durable competitive advantage na wala ba yung durable competitive advantage nung companies na binibili ko. And for me, let's just give Apple as an example. The advantage that Apple has is it trades on brand. That's what Apple really has. There's other phones, other laptops, other tablets that are better performing, better specs, but people buy Apple because it's Apple. Hey guys, in this video, we're gonna flip the switch. I made a video where I posted Mary Ariola's life, how she started from the Philippines to the US, how the businesses she started back again. Sobrang yaman, kahit mag-crash yung US markets, okay pa rin siya. Sobrang galing. Now, we have her back in the vlog, pero she's gonna ask me questions. So for those who did not watch the first video, I'll put it in the link below so you guys can watch it. But Mary is a pharmacist from Las Vegas in Nevada. And by the way, I don't know if you know this. The last time I went to Nevada was 2015 June. Sobrang init, as in sobrang init. We were just in the hotel and we were just also ayun, may train from the hotels naman eh. So at least yung aircon, pero when you go out sobrang init. And that was the time also we went to we went to Grand Canyon, and okay naman, the view was nice, pero iba pa rin yata when you go to the Grand Canyon na hindi ganun kainit eh. So it was harder also for us. So anyways, Mary, let's go. What's your question?
Yes. Thank you, Marbs, for giving me the opportunity to ask you questions naman. I trade in the Philippine market, pero more ang time ko ngayon dito sa States. So, I have questions for you. And ito, usually $1,000,000 question na napapanood ko sa mga vlogs, no? So, ang question ko first is, what would you think Warren Buffett will be buying stocks right now that the market is in this kind of situations? Ano kaya yung mga bibiling niyang stocks
I
that we can learn from?
I don't know. I actually don't know kung anong binibili mo. But you can get already a template kung ano yung mga current na binibili niya. You will always see ang dami niyang banking stocks eh. So that could be
Banks.
you can learn from his previous behavior because they don't disclose what they are currently buying until na nabili na nila lahat also, because kasi if they buy it, nangyayari is people also buy it, umaakyat yung price, and they don't get to buy it at a price that they also wanted to be bought as well. Prior to this, no, before everything, all of this sell downs happened, they had a large position in Apple. Eh. So I
Mm.
don't know how will that change, because Apple also said that their revenues right now, the revenues will be slashed because of what's happening in China. Because of what's happening in
Mm.
China, sarado rin yung mga factories
Production.
nila. So I
Mm.
don't know how that impacts the way they would buy. But knowing his principles, kasi the way Warren Buffett would analyze things is he would always think that uh, after a few years, after all of this, I guess uncertainty is out. Will this company be there? Will it still have revenues? Does it have does it change its mode? And if there's a principle by Warren Buffett, he always talks about durable competitive advantage na wala ba yung durable competitive advantage nung companies na binibili ko. And for me, let's just give Apple as an example. The advantage that Apple has is it trades on brand. That's what Apple really has. There's other phones, other laptops, other tablets that are better performing, better specs, but people buy Apple because it's Apple. And ganun din yun. Even sa watches, people buy uh, there are more high-tech smartwatches also than what the Apple Watch would have. But since a lot of people, meron na silang iPhone, meron na silang MacBook, they want to be in the same ecosystem now with Apple, and they stay there. So I think that's one. You have to check, is the durable competitive advantage uh, of these companies that I want, has it changed? Because if it has changed, uh, I might not want it kahit mas mababa siya ngayon. Pero if it did not change naman, does not change the behavior of how people will consume it later on, I think it will still be okay. And yung nangyari din kay Warren Buffett is medyo nagbago rin yung style niya. Nagbago rin yung
Mm.
the way he conducts his investing. Kasi if you watch former videos of him, former statements of him, sabi niya ayaw niya ng airlines, ayaw niya ng tech companies. Now he has those companies also. So he's adjusting, he's adapting to the times as well. So I think you have to check based on this. I don't know how bad it will be in the States yet kasi ang dami ng cases nyo eh. Sobra, it's
Yeah.
skyrocketing. And because it's skyrocketing, madami ng mga establishments na sarado, madami na nawawalan ng
Mm.
trabaho, and wala pang full lockdown. So if there's a full lockdown that will happen, if you think today is bad, I think it might even get worse. But not because we want it to be worse, but it
Right.
could be a reality, especially on if you look at what's happening in New York. You see what's happening sa. I think
Florida.
they're saying also that the epicenter now will be in New Orleans kasi
Mm. Mardi Gras.
Mardi Gras doon, and people
Mm.
still went also. People still
Right.
was there. So there are things that we really haven't seen how big it is. Pero one way I will look at it, ganun din naman yung recommendation ko sa Philippines was there will be some industries that are not affected because of this, or at least they won't be hit as much, or some of them might even do more. Like ito, we're watching this video via Zoom, and a lot of people will consume content or at least stream data via Zoom, stream meetings via Zoom. That's why its stock price is also up. Ganun din for Netflix. I believe ganun din for Google because a lot of people will be watching YouTube. A lot of people will be in the internet. Yung magbabago lang, I think, for Google and YouTube is that since there's a lot of uncertainty, a lot of the companies may slash a lot of their marketing budget, and Google, YouTube makes money off ads. Eh. So if the economy is not so good also, baka a lot of them might shift their ad spending also. Pero ito pa yung gusto ko sabihin. Because the economy is bad or it might be bad, some of them also baka magbago yung ad spending nila. What do I mean by that?
Mm.
Because they're spending a lot of money in TV commercials, they will be more uh, yung mga tao ayaw pa mag-social, madami mga large brands that are not spending a lot of budget in social media kasi they still think TV will do well. Pero the ad expenses, the ad cost of TV versus the ad cost of social media is so different. Sobrang mahal ng TV. I think this crisis might cause those companies to move from spending
Mm.
more in TV, spending more in print, spending more in billboards, spending more on other items na wala na talaga dun yung attention, but kailangan na nila mamili, kailangan nila magtipid. I think it will shift. So, Google, Facebook, Instagram, they might be recipients of it as well. Instead of paying a high-price celebrity, they might just still go to Instagram and just get an influencer to do it. Feeling ko magkakaroon ng ganun shift. So, short term, there might be an impact on their budgets. There might be an impact on how they would spend. But if everyone is adapting already to technology, everyone's adapting to the digital space, I think the way people market will do as well. So, ganun, you can expect, I think, if the silver lining to all of this, all of those companies where when they see it now, oh, nga, no, it's cheaper to put my ads in Google, YouTube, Facebook, etc. Uh, those companies will earn
Gumalaw.
more. So, pwede ganun. Anything on top of the internet, anything that will make life easier for people because of the internet, online delivery services, I think will do very, very well as well because especially of especially of what's happening right now, people don't want to contact other people, or the fear of other people that if I go out also I might either spread it or I might touch something that I should not touch. So yun, and I think this coronavirus, until it comes to a point na sanay na yung mga tao because of it, people will be fearful, and because people are
Yeah.
fearful, you might see still, for example, here in the Philippines, if they lift the lockdown, I don't think I'm
Mm.
going out still also, even if the lockdown is lifted.
Oh.
O kasi
Uh-huh.
ganun din naman, if I don't need to go out also, why would I expose myself until it comes to a point na na okay na siya. I think one of the reasons why the lockdown might be lifted in the Philippines is not just because na-contain, nag-slow yung growth curve, but it's also because for economic reasons also that they cannot shut down the economy for a very, very long time. But ganun yung magiging style ko. I'll still stay at home as much as possible if I can still. All of our groceries now are literally online. All of our foods now
Delivered na.
are delivered
Oh,
are delivered also. So yun, companies like that will make money. So above and beyond thinking of what Warren Buffett is doing, you can also think
mhm.
about who are the companies that are making money today, and because of what's happening
Mhm.
today, they will continue to make money because consumer behavior will shift that way. I posted this in a video. You can check this. It was a video with RD Abelio. He owns a resto bar. Sabi
Oh
niya,
yeah.
you watch that? You watch that? So,
Yeah,
talaga,
I've seen it.
you watch a lot of the videos pala. Thank you for
Oh,
watching. He said that,
fan.
I'm not sure if he said it during the video or offline. Sabi niya, it will change the way we do our business. Dati, walang mouth guard yung server namin. Dati, hindi namin sila sinasanitize. But
Meron na.
because of this, even if wala ng coronavirus, we will still implement that. So, what are the businesses that will benefit because of it? Kaya nga, in the previous video, I said, madami mo pharmacy after this crisis because it will become a need already eh. And another example, uh, this will come out on another video pa, but yung masks sa Philippines, they're all imported eh.
Mhm.
No one manufactures it. Ngayon,
Hmm.
because of it also, there will be a need also for it. That's why you're seeing it in social media, yung mga designers, they're the ones making masks. Kasi
Mhm.
wala pa talaga
Right.
nagma-mass produce eh, sa Philippines. So, ganun.
Mhm.
Find the pain points, find areas where you think yun yung kailangan ng mga tao, and then
Need.
those are the ones that will profit. And ano na people are adapting. The great entrepreneurs, this is where great entrepreneurs are defined. This is where if you know how to pivot according to the times, you will make money. I'll give you an example. Yung favorite ramen place na kinakainan ko, never sila nag-take out. As in never. Kasi it will destroy the quality. Then yesterday,
Mhm.
nag-announce sila, suddenly you can now have your pick up kits, take out kits. You can now suddenly get ramen from them. What are they doing? They're pivoting. They're
Yeah.
innovating. I've seen people that
Out
are
of the norm.
uh,
Mhm.
I've seen people that are into fitness. Part of their business model is they have fitness groups, fitness clubs. To be able still to pivot, they're still doing that. Pero online na lang pinapanood sila via a streaming service also. So, ganun, what are the industries that will make money in this era, but because of this, it will be part of people's spending behavior na rin. And I think that's something that's worth uh, looking at also. Kasi madami nagsabi, okay ba airlines kasi sobrang bagsak sila. Yung problem naman nila is sobrang bagsak sila. Baka iba sa kanila hindi mag-survive because of this eh.
Yeah.
A lot of them shut down. A lot of them also, 95% of their operations are also closed muna. And considering oil prices are very, very low now, so they should at least take advantage of it. But yung problema is this eh, if people are not going out, kahit anong bagsak mo ng presyo, they're not spending, they're not gonna earn
So
also.
true.
And
Mm-mm.
this will turn around when you see uh, hindi na takot yung mga tao kasi they won't really go on vacations if takot sila na pagdating nila sa hotel. Alam mo yun, yung
Mhm.
pagdating nila sa hotel na pinuntahan nila, yung fear na what if yung natulog dito may coronavirus sila, o yung
True.
ganun. So why would I go out muna? So until they
Mhm.
go back to their normal behavior, I
Yeah.
don't know how big economies make money when people spend, but when people don't spend, it will affect the economy regardless of where you are in the world. So yun, that's my very, very long answer. But
Okay.
short answer, I don't know what Warren Buffett is buying. If I knew
Okay.
it, I would be as rich as him. Pero hindi eh. Sobrang, he's a different species altogether.
Okay. Ano naman ng Marvin Guillermo na bibilhin ng ano na stocks during the
I
season?
actually
During
mentioned
this ano?
all of it already, just kanina. Same
Sa
principle. If
Netflix.
you relate it to the Philippines, it's a telco companies. They're virtually
Okay.
unaffected. It's the groceries, yung pure grocery play na talagang grocery yung binibenta nila. It's the utilities that
Okay.
from the Philippine context yung hindi maapektuhan ng political risk kasi may ibang utilities baka apektado sila. So ganun din, you can also use that in the States, that there will be some there will be some companies that because people pay the bills also, they're part of the day to day, they will still earn also. Or in some ways, there might be some stocks na kahit may risk sila for this year, but because they're so cheap, sulit na. Sample, nung nag 19 pesos yung Ayala Land more than a week ago, I keep saying that example because nung nag 19, 20, 21, 22, people were so afraid eh. Sometimes when stocks are at its maximum point of fear, maximum point of risk, that's also one of the best ways for you to pick it up if you can tolerate it, if you are also a long-term investor. So, ganun. There might be some stocks that will be affected. Kasi walang gustong bumili ng bahay pag takot sila na baka wala na silang trabaho 6 months from now. That will be the reality also even in the Philippine market. So property development companies may take a hit in terms of their growth projections. Especially that it's not just the Philippine economy that's hit. Yung mga foreign investors that are buying condos here will also be hit. But if you think it will recover 2-3 years from now, then buying it at 19 pesos may be a very, very good idea also.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Kasi in about siguro 9 or less years, we will be retiring and we'll be retiring sa Philippines. So I wanted to know that. So, ganito, ang next question ko sa iyo is, I have a lot of Jollibee. I bought it at
Ano ka lamang ba?
269.
Okay.
Di naman,
Okay.
269 ngayon. Ano, should I buy more? Kasi ngayon, 105 ba? 104?
I made a video about that. I'm not sure if you watched it already. It will always go
Hindi
back
ko
to
yan nakita.
what your context is and what your strategy is. You
Mhm.
always distribute it into number one, am I position trading? If you're position trading, you only buy Jollibee pag nakawala na siya sa downtrend. Am I quick trading? If you're quick trading, you know it naman, bili mo siya pag oversold, RSI, bounce sa support, then i-trade mo lang yun paulit-ulit. Yung thing lang dun is, pag natama na siya sa resistance, hindi niya na-break yun, you will have to sell. Then pagbalik niya, you just buy it back again, then sell, buy, sell, buy, sell. Ganon. If you are investing naman,
Mhm.
kung habol mo dividends, the Jollibee historically naman, hindi ganun talaga ka-attractive yung dividends ng Jollibee. So, the way you treat it if you want to buy it is may possibility siyang umakyat tas bonus na lang yung dividends. Now, the threat for Jollibee, I mentioned that in that video, is number one, they must turn around Smash Burger. I don't know how big of an impact will this crisis be towards Smash Burger also, since sarado din lahat, hindi lang no matter how you want to turn it around, if no one's also spending, maapektuhan sila. That's one. So
Yeah.
baka it might delay the timetable on how they turn Smash Burger around. Number two, Jollibee has a large exposure to China. They have a large exposure to China, since madami doon sarado, for sure those establishments are not making money as well. Then number three, sa Philippines, ganun din. Since the lockdown, a lot of people, sarado rin yung Jollibee, but they're also pivoting. You can see it, nagbebenta sila ng, para hindi masayang yung inventory and para they also make money. Frozen Chicken Joy, frozen spaghetti, ganyan. Oh.
Meron?
You can get nasa groceries na sila, or you can I think you can get it take out also. So that's how great entrepreneurs think. They also pivot.
Okay.
Lahat ng brands, I think Chowking, Greenwich, Jollibee, they all have that, which is also good kasi kung meron kang chicken farm, at least gumagalaw yung poultry mo, hindi naman din di rin magsasara yung mga businesses doon. So the question now there is this: if you think Jollibee will turn it around at some point in the future, and you want to buy when there's a lot of fear, then you could buy it. Provided that kung bumaba pa siya ulit, tanggap mo yun and may bala ka pa. Provided also that you're willing to wait the delta kung gaano man siya katagal. Kasi we don't know how long it will be. Number two is, you think they will turn it around, but you will say that since baka matagal pa siya bago ma-turn around, my cash might be better off buying another stock first. Then once they start turning it around, I'll buy it. Kaso, yung problem naman doon is, if you wait until they turn it around, na wala na lahat ng fear, na wala na lahat ng risk, iba na rin yung presyo nun. So, the reason why I'm saying it is, if you are an investor, tapos na tayo sa trading kanina, di ba? If you are an investor, Are you willing to
Mm.
buy it when there's a lot of fear, a lot of risk, and you have to wait longer? But there's a possibility that you can buy it now cheaper, with also a possibility that it might go lower pa.
Mm.
Versus you come in later on where there's lesser amount of risk. All of
Mhm.
the bad news is out. They may have turned everything around already, and you come in and you buy it, but you have to buy it at a higher price. Last scenario
Okay.
is you don't think they will ever turn it around. Then the answer to that is wag mo nalagyan ng pera. It doesn't make
Mm.
sense for you even holding on to the stock if you don't think they're gonna turn things around. So that's my answer to
Okay.
it. The best way for the if you notice it, different scenarios, because I don't know what type of person you are and also your analysis to it. The worst thing that could ever happen is you just buy it because and then mura lang siya eh. It has to be based on what your analysis will also be.
True, true. Okay. All right. Um, next question. What can you say about fractional shares? Kasi usong-uso dito yon.
That's
And I know sa Philippines wala pa, di ba?
wala siya kasi that's fractional shares are not stocks eh. They're like eToro, CFD sila eh. The only way you can buy a fractional share is you don't buy a stock, you buy the derivative of the stock.
All
So
right.
and yun, it's predicated on leverage. It's predicated on, tama naman, if you want to buy Berkshire Hathaway, wala ka namang ganong kalaking pera, at least
Mm.
you have exposure to it. If Berkshire Hathaway goes up, if Google goes up, if Amazon goes up, if Apple goes up, you get to ride it even though you have a small amount of capital. But you
Okay.
don't own the stock. You don't own the stock.
Oo. Pero ang ano pa paanong magandang laro doon? Do you just buy it, is it say every week when you get paid for fractional shares para lang ano,
The same pa
meron
rin.
ka?
Your analysis should be the same way you analyze stock. You're triggered to
Okay.
buy. Yung nagagawa lang naman ng fractional shares is nabibili mo siya ng at a lesser price and
Buo.
with margins and with leverage. That's just it. But the way you analyze it, the way you time it, it should be still either fundamentals or technicals. I think the difference lang when you do fractional shares and you do leverage is if you buy a normal stock, never ka magzi-zero. If you buy a fractional share, you can lose everything. That's the difference.
You can lose everything. Okay. Oh, okay. Kasi pag okay. Sige. Tapos ang last ko na question, Marbs, ano, tinanong na kita before eh, yung option trading.
Okay. What's the
Sana
question?
maturuan mo kami.
Ah,
Kasi
I don't I
may mga
don't do
nagtuturo.
I don't trade options eh. I don't. Pero
Bakit?
the way it
Aba,
gets
ayaw mo or ano?
the way it
It's
gets the way it gets analyzed also, the charts for options for Bitcoin, for Forex, for stocks, pare-pareho lang naman. So if you want to trade
mm,
using technicals, using options, uh, you can do it. I don't kasi stocks talaga ako eh. Napansin mo,
mm,
hindi rin ako nagfo-forex. You always
mm,
double down on where alam mo na kung ano na yung gamay mo. So I'm a
mm.
person that I don't know a lot of things, but I make sure that kung ano yung alam ko talaga. I don't try to go wide, I just try to go deep. So,
That's good.
I'm sure may mga taong kumikita sa options. I'm sure may mga taong kumikita sa Bitcoin. I'm sure may mga taong kumikita sa pharmacy. Eh, wala naman ako alam sa pharmacy eh. I'll be a customer, pero I don't know anything about it eh. So, I don't want to spread myself being, for example, level 10 until level 10. I'd rather be a level 8 at something than no 4 things pero level 2 lang ako doon. Kasi the money is in being a specialist, not a generalist.
Okay. All right.
So,
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 last
so, to,
question na ulit.
so to answer your question, di ko, I
Okay.
don't have any exposure into it and yun. So, if I answer it, di ko rin baka di ko rin masagot ng tama kasi hindi rin talaga ako nag-options.
Okay, okay, sige. Ang last na, kasi siguro most of my friends that are out here are wanting to enter the stock market. So parang ini-introduce ko sila sa Philippines din tsaka dito. So what can you tell them yung mga bago pa lang kasi maybe they see me in this vlog and they say, "Oh, si Osong pala nandiyan, ganyan ganyan." So what can you encourage them at how to start, di ba? Kahit siguro sa US market muna kasi nandito sila.
Hmm. Ayun, look at Mary Ariola, sobrang yaman.
Hindi
So,
na, hindi na ako.
if you watch the previous video, sobrang unaffected daw siya. I guess the best thing I can tell them is the name of the game is multiple streams of income. That uh you cannot rely on just one source of income if if you want to somehow live passively, or if you somehow want to survive uh, different crises that will happen. Kasi ganun din eh. All of us are hit, all of us will be hit in this crisis. Pero if you have different streams of income, you get hit, but you will still thrive because you have other revenue sources that are making money for you. So ganun din, for example, sa stock market, uh, pwedeng mag-down yung ibang investments, pero yung preferred shares ko, yung bonds ko, they will still give me cash flow no matter how bare this market will be as well. So, you don't have to invest in the stock market if you don't really understand it. A lot of people will lose money or have lost money because pinasok lang nila because they were so enticed to earn. Don't do it that way. You have to study it.
Mhm.
But what I want people to get is they need to build multiple streams of income, regardless if it's real estate, regardless if it's their own business, regardless if they're online freelancing, is that they need to build something that will work hard for them. Parang ikaw, you have so much streams of income. Guys, hanapin nyo siya, Las Vegas, sobrang yaman. She owns 1/10 of Las Vegas already.
Wow.
So, IRS, comment below. Joke lang.
Sana. So we can help more people, 'di ba? Ganun lang naman eh. Daluyan lang tayo. Daluyan lang tayo. So, yan. Yun lang yung questions ko. And then again, I'd like to thank you, Marbs, really, for ano. Pag nagkita tayo, kasi alam mo, ito lang, guys, sabihin ko sa inyo, simula nung nag-aral ako nung nag-attend ako ng Stock Smarts, tapos ginawa ko lang yung mga indicators, that's when I had so many winning trades when I came back sa States noong September.
Wow.
Oo. Kasi hindi ako bibili hanggat hindi ko tinitingnan yung chart eh. Kasi dati, oy, mura, bili ako. Ganyan. So, really, talaga, ililibre kita ng kape.
Okay.
Kahit may ramen.
Okay. Or baka pwedeng, Blue Bottle. Gusto ko yung Blue Bottle dyan. Sarap ng Blue Bottle eh. Anyway, Blue Bottle ng coffee. You can search it. I think they're in the West Coast lang. Pero kung meron sa Las Vegas, matutuwa na ako doon. Oh.
Picturean mo or exactly kung ano. Uwi ako sa January.
Okay. Salamat. Thank you so much to
Okay,
everyone.
thank you.
Video, comment below. And siguro I'll try to do this. If you have questions in the video, since lockdown naman, message me and then I'll record you. Parang katulad ni Mary, nag-volunteer talaga siya. Gusto ko ikwento yung ayan, eto na tayo. She's part of the vlog. If you want to be part of the vlog, message me on Instagram and then we'll do
para sa bayan.
this Q&A session as well. So that's it for now. Thank you, Mary Ariola from Las Vegas, Nevada. And to everyone out there, to all of you guys from North America or to other Filipinos in different parts of the world, that's it for now. I hope this video helps you trade well, trade strong, trade smart. See you all again soon, and God bless you all. Bye-bye.